Hi, this is Marcia, and welcome to another weekly blend. Today we're going to be taking a look at our new checklist that we just deployed, as well as using it to get ready for Earth Day. This is a lesson that I was asked to create just to showcase the different learning studios and the different activities that you could do with your students. Now, you are going to view this from a virtual world, but know that you can also do all these activities printed or together in a team in your classroom. So you guys ready? Let's get started. Okay, I first want to get started by taking a look at the checklist. This checklist is one of my favorite checklists. The reason being is because when we set it up, the students can be interacting with it and they can watch the amount of activities that they completed. For example, I'm just going to show you real quick what it can do. When I click on that checkbox, it automatically populates the number 1 to show that one activity is complete. It also strikes through and colors the box gray. Now, in my classroom, one thing I would teach the students how to do would be after they get done with it, I would add them like a key takeaway to that activity. What was one thing that you learned while doing the Nearpod? They type it in, hit comment, and then I'm going to have that comment so I can go back and look at it later. I am holding this checklist of value, not only for the students, but also for myself to see that they actually completed the different activities. When you unclick the checkbox, guess what? It goes away, and we're back to 0. So let's go through the different learning studios. Remember, the learning studios all integrate with that small group instruction, and today's small group instruction is around Earth Day. So in my small group, we are going to be doing about a 10-minute activity with the students and their devices because I want them to talk, collaborate, and draw. This activity that we're going to be doing is Nearpod. Stay tuned, and I'm going to walk you through what does Nearpod activity look like. I've also included the quick little directions just in case they need those. The independent studio is going to tie back into, you guessed it, that small group. And today they're going to be reading a Newsella article. And this Newsella article has 2 different Lexile levels, a 440 and an 810. So the students are going to be able to pick which Lexile they want to read that Earth Day article. If you're in the classroom, don't be afraid to hit print. You can print out that activity and let the students read it right there, mark it up, and they're ready to rock and roll. Digital content today is going to be an EdPuzzle, and this EdPuzzle is going to go through and let the students learn more about Earth Day in a unique way, as well as stopping and asking questions along the way. This video is like 4 minutes in length. That's plenty long, and it has like 4 or 5 questions, so it's perfect. A great way just to hear about Earth Day while the other students will be in my small group lesson. Future ready. I could think of a million things to do, but I wanted to keep it simple, and I wanted to have that collaboration piece in it. So today I'm going to be doing Bingo Baker. Bingo Baker is where you're going to be going in and you're going to be playing a game of bingo with your team or your small group. And guess what the bingo is about? Earth Day. And if you really want to, this would be something I would do in my classroom, is to get them off so much screen time. I would go in and print and have them make their own bingo card the day before, and then the next day they could actually be playing bingo together in their small group, all about Earth Day items. I added in one more thing. I added in a level up activity, and this level up activity is taking us to Wonderopolis. And Wonderopolis is going to let them read, explore, take a quick little quiz. I love this little website because it's free, but also let the kids take their learning to their own level. So there's my checklist. If you want, stop now, go ahead, open up the link that you find at the bottom of this YouTube video, and you can follow along with me. This next section of the video is going to walk you through each one of those activities. Okay? So hit pause, go grab the link, and I'll meet you back here. All right, welcome back. Glad you got the link to the checklist. Now let's go through the different activities that I have inside of the checklist. One activity that we're going to go to for that small group instruction is Nearpod. Nearpod is a freemium website. The website is designed where you can either pay to have more Nearpods that you can use, or you can do the freemium. And the freemium allows you to use those Nearpods, but you can only have so many in your queue. Once you hit that limit, you got to go ahead and pay for it. So today I went in and I just I Nearpod searched Earth Day. And I have in my lesson this grades 3 through 5 Earth Day activity. But if you teach higher grades or lower grades, go pick a Nearpod that best fits your grade level. So here's one for K2. Or if I go down, I'm going to see some climate change vocabulary words, which is good for independent practice. Or if I keep going, I have sustainability. And I have like why the days are getting longer. So the older the kids, renewable energy debate. Wow, there's some really good Nearpods all ready to rock and roll. So if this one is too simple for your grade level, go find one that would work for you on Earth Day. So this is the one that I put together for today's lesson. And in this lesson, it's going to walk you through the different aspects of Earth Day. So again, my small group, that means I'm going to have about, 5, 6 kids at the max at my small table. So here's my essential question, and I'm going to go through the different activities. So here's my learning objectives. Let's get started. So now I'm going to have the students interact with this Nearpod. They're going to read the question, and then they're going to write the answer. If they're in my small group and they're right there with me, I can use their voices. I don't have to have them type, but totally up to you. Some kids like to be able to type. There's a poll question that goes along with this. So they're going to answer the questions. Have you ever heard of Earth Day before? Yes or no? And then the data is going to populate right on your screen so you can share it out with your team. This is good activity for virtual, on-site, or even your hybrid classrooms. So as you go through the lesson, you're going to see that there's different things that talk about when is Earth Day, things to think about, a think, pair, share. Love the teaching strategies that go along with Nearpod. Keep going, and it's going to have different activities, even where they're going to be able to draw, they're going to be able to write. Oh, you guys, this is such a great one to get going because it includes everything. My only fear is that this one Nearpod is a little long in length. So what I might do is I might go in and edit and take some of those slides out. I only have 10 minutes, and I want to have good discussion. So really think about what you want to keep and what you might save for a later date. So my very first lesson, let's mark it off, 10 minutes doing a Nearpod with the teacher in a small group. What are the students doing when they are not with you? Well, when they are not with you, they could be doing any of the other choices. They get to pick first, second, and third what they want to do. So let's talk about independent practice. So my independent practice is a Newsella article, and guess what? It is talking about being environmentally sound, understanding what to do when you are in COVID for Earth Day. So it's talking about like unplugging your devices, when you're cooking, cleaning. It's a very simple article. And remember, there are 2 different lexils. Right now it's at a 440, but I could change it to an 810. And it's going to showcase the word count, what grade level. And if this isn't an article that you would want to read for your classroom, just go into Newsella, search Newsella for Earth Day, and you're going to be able to find all different articles, maybe one that aligns more to your content. Like I said before, in my classroom, I would go over here to the print button, and I would print it out. I would print out the article and the quiz. That way kids are off of their screen. I'm going to be able to let them read, highlight, make notes. So just because it says Newsella does not mean it has to be screen time. If you have those kids in classroom, let them print it out, write on it. This activity I have for about 8 minutes. And I estimated about 8 minutes just due to the length of the article and the question quality. So when you're done, mark it off. Do you see my tallies going up? All right, 2 down. We did Nearpod and Newsella. Next up is an EdPuzzle. An EdPuzzle is going to be on, you guessed it, Earth Day. Since this is geared for grades 3 through 5, I kept it kind of at a grade 3 through 5 level. However, if you teach higher or lower grade levels, feel free to go find an EdPuzzle that matches your level of content. So here is my Earth Day. What happens is students will hit play. As they watch the video,
So what is Earth Day?
Going to be asked
Earth Day
questions.
is a day we
So
learn
as
about
soon as
ways
we
to
get
protect
there,
the environment. Taking care of the Earth is really important.
so as soon as they get to that question, they have to answer it. Once they answer it, then I'm just going to guess here. It's wrong, but that's okay. It's all right. I wanted to show you. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then the video continues playing.
Just like we have to take care of our bodies by
because
doing
when
things.
I'm done, I'm going to be able to see that data that the students answered. Did they get the question right? Did they get it wrong? And I'm going to be able to use that data later to help them understand more about Earth Day. EdPuzzle is free, and most of the learning management systems now have integrated right into their platform. I know Schoology and Canvas, and I know it's very easy to push this out through Google Classroom. So definitely take a look at EdPuzzle if you haven't seen it. Wow, free, easy to use, and you get a lot of data. So while you're teaching about Earth Day in the small groups, students can be watching a video, learning about Earth Day in their digital content. Do you see how everything's integrated? I really want to make sure that that's really clear, that when we put together a blended learning lesson, it all fits together. It's not just, oh, go do this little activity and then something completely different. We want to make sure that they're hearing it, seeing it, doing it. That's what we want with that blended learning lesson. Now, my favorite studio is Future Ready. Future Ready means that they're going to be able to create, collaborate, communicate, and use critical thinking skills. So this activity, I'm going to let them collaborate and talk about Earth Day while playing bingo. There are 2 choices here. Choice number 1 is to play online through Bingo Baker. And Bingo Baker, when I click on that link, it's going to generate a Earth Day bingo card. So somebody in my group is going to call out, free. All right, I get the free space. Or it's going to say, don't use straws. So I'm going to be able to cross that off. Turn off your lights, right? So I'm going to be able to do a game of bingo together in my class or a virtual classroom or even my hybrid environment. They could play together online. If you wish, which I think I would do just to prevent so much screen time, I would actually go ahead and print out the bingo cards. So there is a link on our checklist that will take you to a printout where the students can go in and make their own bingo card for Earth Day. They'll be able to cut, glue, put their own bingo card together, and you'll be able to play it in that small group. So that link is going to let you take to Earth Day Bingo, put it on there. Especially for those on-site kids, I think it's good just to have like a tangible activity for them to actually use to learn more about Earth Day. Higher grade levels, all you have to do is search Bingo Baker to find higher level Earth Day cards. There's tons of them out there, or you can make your own. And let's say I like this, but I want to have it printed. Don't worry, I can hit print. So if you go to Bingo Baker, make a bingo card, you can print them out, and the students will have their own cards to do in class. So many options. All right, the last thing that I have is, let me mark it off. Oh, we're getting closer. We have one more activity to talk about. And the last one we're going to talk about is Wonderopolis. Wonderopolis is a free website that is going to allow the students to explore, to ask questions, and to really figure out what they want to learn about. There are so many different wonders, but this one is, how can I make Earth a better place? So the students can watch another little video They can read an article with key vocabulary words, and they can take a quick little challenge questions for the words and test your knowledge, which is going to go over that article that the students just read. Remember, this is one that is a level up activity, so it's an extra one. If students get done early, hey, go take a look at it and let them explore. Let them go through the different links that are hyperlinked right inside of that activity. Wow, we did it. There we go. There is our checklist. It should take about 45 to 50 minutes to complete this checklist. If you need less time, then you can definitely modify it a little bit, especially that mini lesson. Remember, that was really long, so shrink that up. Before the students are done or turn this in as an assignment in Schoology or Google Classroom or Canvas, let them say what was their favorite activity. What was their least favorite activity? And if they have any comments, maybe they want to write a little bit more about Earth Day. I really want you to take away from this activity today learning about the checklist, learning about how every studio is connected together. Everyone was talking about Earth Day. But one other thing that I want you to really focus in on when you look at this is think about the amount of screen time that the students have. Are there activities that you can print? Are there things that the kids can do with their hands for that kinesthetic learning? Have fun with this. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear if you actually deploy this. Thanks, guys, for attending another weekly Blend, and I will see you soon.